Well, hello people. Welcome to Connemara here. This is the Galteacht part of Galway here. I actually think all Galway can speak fluent Irish. But anyway, I'm in the Galteacht Irish speaking part of Ireland here, right? So I'm out here beside Galway Bay and I'm my car up here in the car park. I think this is called Silver Cove Beach up here, right? So I'm walking up here now to Silver Cove Beach, and you're all fairly welcome to join me. And right up here is Galway Bay, and I'll show you Galway Bay. I came back down here because when I was driving past there was a cow just over here, and I just thought it was going to be a lovely picture, but he's gone. So anyway, yeah. And look, I've got my jacket. It's the month of July here, right? It's really showery weather, but because we're so close to the Atlantic Ocean here and Galway Bay here, there's no protection from the wind coming in, so it's a bit cold without a jacket on you. So yeah, I'll go up here now and I'll show you Galway Bay, okay? You can't beat a nice field of Irish cattle, so you can, my friends. Look at this. The Irish cows in the Irish fields in County Galway. I wonder if they speak Irish. Hello. Tá sé. So as you can see, the tide is coming in here on this beach here in Galway Bay. There was loads of sand you could sit down on there about 3/4 of an hour ago. But anyway, so you have picnic areas along here. If you want to bring a picnic and sit down and have your pot of tea and your sandwiches and stuff. And I think this is fantastic here. Look, it's a ramp. So if you're disabled, as I said, in a wheelchair or a mobility scooter, you can come down the ramp here and straight into the sea, my friends. Super cool, isn't it? So you're looking out here now on Galway Bay, and over there is County Clare. That's the Burren. Do you ever hear of the famous Burren region? That's a fantastic tourist spot over there as well. And if you go around the head there and continue southwest around the corner that way, you'll end up in the Cliffs of Moher. So this is Galway Bay, and straight out there is the Atlantic Ocean. So that's why it's a bit cold here now, because the wind is coming straight in. There's no protection, you see. So this is all of the beach that's left now because the tide's coming in. There's something very calming and soothing about the waves crashing to the shore, isn't there? It's just fantastic. Right people, that was cool, wasn't it? I'm going to move on more now into the Galteacht area here. I'm going to head more west into Galway here, along Galway Bay. As I said, this is all the Galteacht, it's Irish speaking, fluent Irish speakers over here. And you may ask me, can I speak Irish? And the answer is no, I can't, right? And so I'll give you a kind of a whinge bag Angela Ashes type story as to why I can't speak Irish fluently. So here goes. Unfortunately, I and my era of people were born into the time of where there was corporal punishment was allowed in schools, right? They could beat you, they could do whatever they wanted to you. And unfortunately when I went to national school as a 5-year-old, right, for the first 4 years of my national school experience, I was educated by a female teacher who just happened to be a sadistic bitch, right? So during Irish class, she'd call you up to her desk in front of all the class and get you to pronounce a certain word in Irish. And if you got it wrong, she'd get her thumb and her hand and grab you by your cheek. Now just think of this for a minute. This is a 5-year-old child getting grabbed by the cheek and pulled like this, pulled and pulled and pulled like this. And I can still remember the fear that was inside me, right? So I had her for 4 years. Then after her, I had a male head teacher. Well, the whole class had a male head teacher, right? Who was just equally as sadistic as she was. In fact, he was worse, because if he didn't get anything right, what he would do is his sadistic trill was to get his thumb and his finger here, right, with both hands, and grab you by your locks and lift you up off the ground, and then let go, and then as you're kind of coming back down, he get both his hands and hit you across both cheeks of your face. Imagine that happening to you. Imagine that happening to a child today, my friends. So that was my national school experience. Then I went into secondary school, or college, whatever you want to call it, and I lasted 3 years in there, because again, there were sadistic teachers in there too. You know, heavy-handed bully boy tactics, you know, and basically what they done, as far as I'm concerned, they knocked the self-confidence out of me. I was terrified going to school, right? But so I suppose subconsciously I was rebelling against how I was treated, right? Especially when it came to Irish. It was like someone trying to force feed you pure cod liver oil down your throat. That's what it felt like to me. So I had enough of it. But unfortunately, at my last year in secondary school, there was this beautiful, lovely female teacher from Kerry. She said she was in her early 20s, and she was the Irish teacher. And she was what a school teacher should have been. So she was probably the next generation of teacher, if you know what I mean. She was really, really nice. And I think, like, I was about 15 then, and I suppose secretly I had a crush on her, right? But anyway, when it came to the Christmas exams, which were the exams before the main big exams coming into the summertime, I got a school report home, and I always remember when it came to the Irish. Do you know how much I got out of 100? I got 8% out of 100. 8% out of 100. And she left a lovely comment underneath it. I thought this was funny. Don has improved slightly, right? So even at 8%, she said, Don has improved slightly. But it wasn't. See, I just had enough of it. I had enough of the way I was treated in school, right? And yeah, so that's why I don't speak Irish now, right? Because it reminds me of the bad old days. You know, the Ireland of the saints and the scholars. Do you ever hear that expression being said? No. I hope that's gone, and gone for good. There's still remnants of it left here, you know, the church and stuff. I can't stand the church. You know, so you were force-fed fundamental Catholicism outside the schools and inside the schools, and then you had to endure then corporal punishment, sadistic corporal punishment, manipulation, bullying, and at the top of it all of as well, there was social discrimination as well. Believe you and me, the poorer the family you came from, the more you were picked on by the teachers, and that's the truth. So yeah, so that's why I don't speak Irish, my friends. I'm not against anybody who wants to speak Irish. I'm not against an Irish school or anything like that, but personally I'm against compulsory Irish being taught in schools. I think a student should have a choice. I don't care whether it was originally our native language or not. So, actually, I'll leave you with a sentence of Irish here. Tá sé mahogany gas pipe, my friends, right? Tá sé mahogany gas pipe. So that's the whole story there now about why I don't speak Irish. Okay, let's go on somewhere else down here now, in Connemara, my friends, beside Galway Bay, okay? Right, people, I'm going in here to a place called what's it called? It's an Irish, see. Padrecine's Seafood Lodge, anyway, it's Seafood Lodge. So if it's too dear, I'll be taking exit stage left, my friends. But let's go in and have a look. Just having the fish dinner here out in Connemara here. I think the fish dinner alone is €19.50. I don't know how much it is for the pot of tea, so you're talking about 22 or 3 euros, which is okay, like, because it's a pretty kind of seafood kind of restaurant place here. Very, very popular place here out in Connemara, my friends. Right, people, this place here along the Wild Atlantic Way out in Galway Bay here in the Galteacht is doing a rolling trade. It's all mainly fish menus, but you can get, I seen a thing there for Angus beef steak. So yeah. Hi. I can't even pronounce it, my friends. There it is. So that's the name of it there, right? It's doing a rolling trade. So my battered haddock and chips with salad and a pot of tea came to 22 euros. And I gave them a tip. So you can say 25 euros, okay? Which is okay. Well, we'll move on again, my friends. Let's move on again. Further into Connemara, my friends. The evening is still young. It's only 6:30 in the evening here. So I'll get this camera off me and we'll go again. So my belly is full now. But that was the cheapest on the menu there. It was a battered haddock, fish and chips and a pot of tea. And some salad, side salad. Do you know how they do that battered haddock? They grab the fish by the tail and they batter the hell out of it. That's why they call it battered haddock. Joking, my friends, joking. Yeah, that was okay. What was I going to say there? Yeah, so this is like, you know, the peak season here in Ireland, and you know, all the schools are closed now for the summertime, and the prices in hotels are crazy. I went on to booking.com, and now I know I left it late the other day. Searched everywhere all around Galway. Hotels were starting at 145, way past 300, 250 and 240 a night, do you know what I mean? And I said to myself, no way am I paying that money. I'm not paying that money. Right, so then I seen a B&B house for 70 euros a night. And when I went to pay for it, all of a sudden it went up to 240. So then I got tick, and I said to myself, right, the Robert, I'm going to sleep in my car. That was my intention. I'm going to come over and sleep in my car somewhere remotely out here in the country, sleep in my car overnight. But one of my sisters happened to call in with my niece, and they told me to try Airbnb, and of course I'd no patience to do the Airbnb thing, so they done it for me and found a B&B here in Galway for €82 a night. Lovely woman, and so I'm after booking a second night. So happy days, my friends, happy days. You see, this thing about peak season demand, you know, all this kind of crap, you know, oh, it's peak season and it's demand. No, it's not. You know what it is? It's selfish capitalist greed, my friends. That's exactly what it is. Selfish capitalist greed. Like, there's Irish people there that can't afford to go on foreign holidays, right? And they go to bring their children off somewhere in their own country here in Ireland, and then they're ripped off, you know. It's a joke. That's another little rant, people. You know, you could go cheaper to a foreign holiday than you could to holiday here in Ireland. That's the truth. That is the truth, my friends. And of course, I heard some spokeswoman for the Hotels Federation on one of the radio programs defending, like, of course, that's our job, defending like the prices of hotel rooms and stuff. And she was complaining about, well, the minimum wage here is very high. It's very high, you know, because someone was saying that you could go to Lisbon in Portugal and it was way cheaper. And but what the presenter didn't say back to her was, yeah, the minimum wage here is higher because everything else is exorbitant. You know what I mean? You go over to Portugal and it's different. Everything, the reason why their minimum wage is lower, because everything is cheaper. Do you know what I mean? And they come and they rip us off here. Anyway, better stop talking and show you some of this beautiful Connemara, my friends, okay? So I'm now in Spiddal here. It's called Spiddal, right? And here is a craft shops and galleries. It's a craft village here. I think it's closed now. It's because it's 6:30 in the evening. But it's a nice little area. Look. Caird Craft Village and Cafe. There's some cool murals, paintings on the walls here. Look, this is the man out fishing, look. I think that boat was called a curragh or something, I'm not too sure now. And here's a man, I think he's fixing lobster pots. And here's a woman bringing turf, obviously, in from the bog with her donkey. Lovely little place, isn't it? That's Irish for shop. At least I know some Irish. Shoppa. Right, let's take a little wander around Spiddal here, right? In Galway Bay, my friends, along Galway Bay. I see a lovely thatch house over here, look, it's gorgeous. Have to have a look at this, my friends. It's just beautiful. Look at that over there. Now, isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely beautiful, my friends. Let's walk down here towards Galway Bay, my friends. A lovely little harbour area here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's just lovely, isn't it? Little boats in the harbour. So that's one of the signs you'll see on the Wild Atlantic Way to tell you that you're still on the Wild Atlantic Way, you know what I mean? So anyway, this is beautiful here. This is 6:30 in the evening here in Spiddal. In beautiful Galway Bay, my friends, beautiful Galway Bay. Look at this. Yeah, so these are the special boats over here in Galway. They're called the Galway Hooker. Look, see them there, look on the special sails they have, well, the red sails. So it just says Galway Hooker regattas are held off South Connemara each summer. So this is where I am here now, right there. There's a whole big massive loop you can do, look, all around. This is a lovely little walk here in Spiddal. Super cool. Calm the water is here. So calm and so soothing, my friends. I have to go down by the water's edge and just chill for a second because it's just fan-dabby-dozy, my friends. Fan-dabby-dozy. Just find a little rock to sit on here and listen to the water. Oh, this is heaven. Heaven, my friends, heaven. Meditation, my arse, my friends. This is what you call real meditation. Nature.
As a young girl, it feels we're mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raced our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me. Take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Another beautiful beach here. Look at this. Look at the quality of the sand here. Look, can you see that? Look, you see that sand? That is just perfect sand, my friends. Perfect sand.
No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates.
Just fantastic, my friends. It really is. It's fantastic. Over there again is the Burren on the south side of Galway Bay. Way down that way, round the corner, is the Cliffs of Moher, the famous Cliffs of Moher. That's another stunning area to visit. If you're coming to Ireland, check out the Burren in County Clare, okay? Oh, this is just great. Great.
Running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Let's go over and check these paintings in this shop over here and see are they any good. Okay. Busy road, my friends, this Wild Atlantic Way. Wow, look at these. Right, I'll give that 5 out of 10. I'll give that 6 out of 10. I'll give that boat about 4 out of 10. I'll give that there 1 out of 10. I'll give that one there 2 out of 10. I'll give that one 9 out of 10. I'll give that one 9 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I'll give that one 10 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And 9 out of 10. I'm fairly harsh, haven't I? Fairly harsh critic. And I wouldn't mind, I couldn't draw to save myself. I really couldn't, my friends. Oh, here's a lovely little kind of place over here, look. Southern Post Office. So, that's the Irish post box. Look, and it's in Irish. See the Irish letters there, look. It's lovely there, that's gorgeous. Guinness, wow, I love it. Now that's definitely a real Irish picture, my friends, for sure. So this image, my friends, would be indicative of what I call the old Ireland, the Ireland of the saints and scholars. I'm glad that's gone. As I said to you, I've no interest in it whatsoever anymore. I'm probably offending people by saying that, but remember, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, isn't that right? So yeah, so this represents to me the old Ireland, the Ireland of the past. It's still lovely to see something like this as you go around Ireland though, you know what I mean? And that's another beautiful church there, I have to say. It's beautiful stonework on it. You won't get any modern buildings as good as these old buildings. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. But that to me is not a nice version of my past, I'm sorry to say. I wonder how old are some of the graves here. Some of the words, you can't read them, you know. Wow. It's so picturesque, I have to say. God, look at all these old, what would you call these, like graves? And they're all in the flat. I don't think they would have fallen down, or maybe they did fall down. And they're that far back you can't read any of the inscriptions on the graves, if you know what I mean. Anyway. Right people, so that's it from my first afternoon in Connemara here in County Galway, and after having a great afternoon here, and I hope you all join me in the next video, which will also be from in Connemara. So until next time my friends, stay tuned. Remember, my videos are up on a Sunday, usually after 5 p.m, around 5 p.m. or after 5 p.m. So press the notification bell, and if you're new to the channel, please press the subscribe button. It helps. And yeah, we'll see you all in the next video, my friends. All from Connemara. Bye.